The Western Rattler right here, 357. This thing is like a slug slinging machine, you guys. You're gonna want to watch this. I haven't put out a video with accuracy like this since I don't know when. We got the 357 semi-automatic PCP Western Rattler right here, and this thing loves, I mean loves slugs. I haven't tested much else out of it besides those, because those things are just laser beams. All right, enough telling you what you're about to see. Just watch it. All right, so there was 5 shots at 50 yards. What? 35 cal, 5 shots, 50 yards, slugs like that? Fits under the tip of my pointer finger? Dang, guys, that is awesome. For this 100-yard shooting, I kept the 0 at what I had it set for 50 yards. I wanted to be able to see what the drop would be between 50 and 100 yards, and I also wanted to really kind of start getting a sense for what this was going to be like to hunt with. Well, there you have it, guys. All right, and here is the 100 yards. I mean, the paint sort of flaking off of this thing makes it look bigger than it actually is. We're like right here. That's it. 100 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots just right there like that. Shooting those big old 110 grain slugs like that at 100 yards. Oh yeah, watch out, prairie dogs. Again, for this 150-yard shooting, I left the 0 alone from where I had it set at the 50-yard mark. Did this just because I really want to get a sense for where I'm going to hit at different distances. If I take this out hunting prairie dogs, I'm going to set it at a 50-yard 0, and I want to know where I'm hitting at these different ranges. One other thing I should mention is that when you're looking through the scope, the reticle extends all the way to the bottom of the view. For whatever reason, in the recorded video, it gives a much smaller reticle than what it actually shows in the scope. So it's a little bit easier to aim through the scope. Wow. All right. There it is. 5 shots at 150 yards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, I was not even prepared for that. I bet I could do better than that. But there you have it, guys. 150 yards. Wow. So for this 200-yard shooting, I did re-zero the scope. I didn't want to have to hold over quite as far as I would have had to otherwise. So this is not left at where I had it for the 50-yard 0. I brought it down considerably. For all of this shooting so far, I've left the tuning alone. The gun is set to right around 150 bar on the regulator pressure, and the power wheel is as close as I can get it to the midpoint. Maybe a few clicks up from there, but pretty much in the midpoint. So that's what I've got with the tuning, and I have not changed it really from where I pulled it out of the box, but just wanted to let you know that's what it's doing for these 110 grainers, and seems to be working really well. All right, so I didn't only do one group at 200 yards, I did two groups. So we've got the first group up here, and just in case that was too unbelievable, I went ahead and I shot this group down here, which pretty much duplicated the first one in size. So we've got literally about a 4-inch group size at 200 yards. This group, we had 3 shots just almost start to stack at 200. This one, I mean, they weren't stacking, but group size is still definitely the same. And guys, I'm saying at 200 yards, that's still a dead prairie dog. I mean, this thing's putting out 200 foot-pounds at the muzzle. We've got to have easily over 100 foot-pounds left out here at 200. And I mean, if we get a head shot, he's dead. Neck shot, he's dead. Even if we get a gut shot, he's probably blowing into 2 pieces. So this thing is like a varmint's serious nightmare. I am just convinced of that. Out here this morning with the Western Rattler 357. Got the reg on this set to right around 185. Cranked up the power wheel just a little bit because we're shooting these bad boys right here. 174 grainers. Let's check out what some of these can do at 100 yards. At this tuning, I'm getting about 15 shots to the fill. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending on where you have that power wheel set to. But you can crank over 200 foot-pounds out of it with these 174 grainers and definitely get a full 15 shots to a fill. Well, holy cow, guys. There you have it. Look what those big old massive 174 grainers just did at 100 yards. Oh my freaking goodness. I'm blown away. Wow. All right, look at that. They were straight up stacking at 100 yards. And the paint flicked off up here, so it's a little bit misleading because we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots all right there like that. I'm talking like barely over an inch. Barely over an inch, center to center on that group right there at 100 yards with those 174 grain slugs. Woo! All right. How about that? I hope I didn't lay it on too thick there at the beginning. But, man, this, I'm sure, did not disappoint. Can you believe that 50-yard group? And then all the way from 50 to 100 to 150 to 200 yards getting usable results? I am just stoked on this right here, you guys. I cannot wait for opening day prairie dog season. This is going to be the first thing that I take out after those bad boys. I've never hunted prairie dogs with an air gun of this caliber, and I don't mean just quality, but I mean literally 35 caliber, 357. Usually I'm always using 22, 25, maybe a 30, just because trajectories, and I haven't had a 357 this accurate. Once you throw those NSA 110 grainers in there, this thing becomes a varmint's worst nightmare. If you guys like this video today, definitely make sure that you check out this video up here and this one right up here. More Western air guns fun. I'll see you guys over there.